Hi, today we're going to make chicken adobo. If you're not familiar with what adobo is basically the unofficial food of the Philippines. It can be made with chicken, it can be made with pork, and it can even be made with seafood. But basically it is a meat dish that's served over rice, and it is braised. The meat is braised in vinegar and soy sauce mixture. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make some rice. It's basically 1 cup of rice. And 2 cups of water. If you notice, I put 1.5 cups of rice in there and 2.5 cups of water. So well, that's just going to go, and by the time that we're finished with our chicken adobo, it'll be done too. It'll be ready for us. All right. Next thing, turn on get the pan ready, and we're gonna take our chicken. This is a whole chicken that was cut up into 8 pieces. First thing we're going to do is salt and pepper it. We're not going to use a lot of salt on this thing because the soy sauce is going to have plenty of salt. Of course, if you choose to use light soy sauce or the low sodium soy sauce, you might want to be a little bit more generous with your salt. Right. Now this is kind of we're going to stray away from the traditional way of making chicken adobo in that we're going to actually go ahead and brown it first. Right? And the reason for that is not really to give it color, because the soy sauce is going to cover up any kind of color. It's going to be a dark color. But we're going to go ahead and caramelize it just to give it a little bit more flavor and also to render some of the fat. Because otherwise, if we don't render it, you're going to have all of that fat just floating on top of your sauce. Not very tasty. All right. Oops. All right. Again, generously salt and pepper all sides of the chicken. Alright, hot pan, a little bit of oil just to get it started. And we're going to put the breast down first because we really don't want to cook the breast again because it'll get tough. We just want to go ahead and render the fat. So what we're going to do, again, we're going to go ahead and brown all of these pieces first, and then after we do that, we're going to go ahead and continue with the rest of the meal, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and take the time to do that alone, and I'll see you when it's all done. Okay, welcome back. We've just basically finished browning the chicken. Not too much. Again, it's not going to have that much effect on the color of the final dish because the soy sauce is going to give everything a very dark color anyway. But what we did is we did get rid of a lot of fat that in the final sauce is going to just float at the top, and it's just not very good nor healthy to actually have. So got rid of a lot of the fat from there. Next thing we're going to do is put together the rest of the ingredients, and then we're going to return the chicken into the pan. Alright, first thing we're going to do is have 1 medium-sized onion or half of a large one. can actually chop this up pretty thick because we're going to strain everything, so we're actually not going to have any of these vegetables. That in the pan. We're gonna saute the onions, the garlic, and the ginger. So that's half of a large onion. Then we have 3 cloves of garlic here. You're going to rough chop it. Well, finely chop it. Just big enough so it doesn't go through the strainer when we're done with that. Alright. So basic aromatics there. And then we're going to have a slice of ginger. The ginger root, you don't really have to peel, but maybe about an inch, inch and a half for it. Get these out of the way. You can peel it if you want to. Again, we're straining everything. After browning the chicken, you probably notice that you have a little bit of stuff sticking at the bottom of the pan called fond. We're going to go ahead and deglaze that because that has a lot of flavor. And we're going to add our vinegar. This is about 3/4 cup of vinegar. We're going to put just enough to moisten the bottom and start deglazing, getting all of that fond off the bottom of the pan, because we want that. A lot of flavor there. Okay. That ginger did not cut as well as I thought. Oh, we did. It just would separate. Okay. This is about, again, 3/4 cup of vinegar. You can use any vinegar that you want to, whatever flavor you like. I particularly like the kind that's already that's got some peppers stuffed in it. I got this from an Asian market, and the spices in it just gives it that nice spicy touch to it. We're also going to add about 1/2 cup of soy sauce. Again, any kind of soy sauce that you like. If you have a soy sauce here that you would not put on any other food or don't like as a condiment, don't use it. Use something that you enjoy. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put that to boil, and we're going to add 2 bay leaves. As soon as that thing starts boiling, we're going to go ahead and return the chicken into the pan, and we're going to wait. We're going to cook it for about, say, for about 20-30 minutes. The first 10 minutes, we're going to have it on one side. After the first 10 minutes elapses, we're going to go ahead and flip over the chicken, and then we'll go ahead and we'll see after 20 minutes, see how well the chicken is cooked. We may have to go ahead and continue on. The first 20 minutes, or so, we're going to have it covered. And in the last few minutes, we're going to go ahead and keep it, remove the cover so that all that water evaporates and we get a much thicker reduced sauce. All right, that didn't take long. So we've got a nice caramelization, nice browning on these chicken. We're going to put the thighs in toward the center because they take the longest time to cook. Just remember how you put it in now because you're going to have to flip it over later on. I'm putting everything skin side down first. Any juice that's accumulated in the dish, put it back in there. The chicken breast I'm going to hold off because they don't take long to cook at all. So we're going to go ahead and put that probably after the first 10 minutes. Alright. This thing is a boil. We don't want it to boil because that'll dry out the chicken. It'll get all the moisture out of the chicken. So after it starts to boil again, after you put in